Sideline of ball. Lane Widow's doing it. They're gonna take. He's gonna bring down Birdie. Alone with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, seconds left. He's got one side. He's got a second. He's taking it out. They're overtime on three. They're all dead.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Summit 2 by G2A.com, the European division. We're in day number 13 and we have made our way to the 5th game of the day, the 5th best of 1. An exciting matchup, I'd have to say. It's going to be Team Empire taking on VP.Polar. Now, both these teams have already played today. They have both sported some wins, so it's time for them to now duke it on out. As both of them are in a prime position to still make their way toward the top of the charts, it is going to be Virtus.Pro, who are currently sporting a nice 5-2 record, while Team Empire have moved up to now 3-4. They would love to at least break even by the end of the day, 4-4.
Yeah, I mean, 3-4 doesn't sound too good, but you look at some teams like Alliance who already have 6 losses, so you kind of have to look more at the losses than the wins. Like, once you hit like 5 and especially 6 losses, you're probably not making the top 4. So Empire, they pull together some wins, get some good momentum. Suddenly they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a big one, though. This is an important game.
Yeah, and Virtus.Pro have proved that they are no easy task. Yeah. So, and especially on the back of a Goblack draft, as it was earlier today, where they made a very, very nice call, pulling out, well, the Wisp, like we see right here, and being able to switch the lane setup up in such a way that it left, unfortunately, them going against a Earthshaker core mid lane that just got destructed and pretty much was their game from beginning to end. So for this matchup, though, they do manage to get a hold of the precious Lady Death Prophet side by side with your Wisp. And on the side of Team Empire, it is going to be Razor grabbed, of course, with none other than Skywrath Mage.
Yeah, this is some full 6.81
Turn
draft going
to
on with the
battle.
Razor Death Prophet first picks. You know, I was happy we'd having some good games, and now we're back to the Razor Death Prophet.
I mean, at least for the first
not
couple.
to say this won't be a bad game. Or
The spicy stuff, sometimes you just got to save it for the end there. You know, you take your first bite into that sweet, delicious burrito, and it's not till that
10
real pico de
seconds
gallo hits you
remaining.
around the lips and gets you nice and hot.
The Wisp Death Prophet's a bit
5
strange because
seconds
Death Prophet
remaining.
really needs the mid lane. I mean, some teams will run it elsewhere every now and then. I think we've seen Secret
Reserve
fly on it
time.
in like the off lane with an Earthshaker protection.
Mm-hmm.
Some teams may run as a safe lane, but it does kind of push Wisp into like a safe lane support. I mean, you could do Wisp Death Prophet. There's just no killing potential, which doesn't really put
Radiant
Wisp up to
team
full
pick.
potential. I like the Bristleback ban because that's something which the CIS teams have done a bit of, which is the Wisp Bristleback in the safe lane. And it's
Yes.
pretty potent stuff.
Yeah, I saw that also, yeah, in Alliance. I mean, one of their few wins here at the Summit, too, was on the back of a core Loda Bristleback who got to a point where there was just no stopping him. He was just out of control, and it was even against Team Secret. It was their only loss in the Summit was to that core
10
Bristleback. So,
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
it just goes to show that, I mean, it can definitely get the job done, and it will really creep
5
up on you.
seconds
So,
remaining.
getting that banned out, it's not going to be available on the field. Instead, Team Empire, they move on now. They get a hold of their
Reserve
off-lane
time.
grab, the Watermelon Man, the Tide Hunter, as we saw in the back end of Starlighter, really can showcase what he can do, even though the setup on the map is a bit different. Still, Dire Side, you can find yourself creeping around the corner, getting those ancient stacks in, some reliable gold to always fall back on, getting a blink. As long as you're not handing over any unnecessary deaths, he'll just kind of meet his quota. Get to that point when he could be the big team fight impact, the game changer, and being able to initiate is oh so sweet.
Yeah, well, I think Yoki was probably also just saying, like, guys, I don't want Beastmaster again. Make sure you get, like,
Oh, that's
get
right.
me, like, a proper off-laner in time, because he had
They could have grabbed Tide Hunter that game, too.
a really rough game. Yeah, they were at least 3rd or 4th. He got banned 5th, I believe. So, yeah, he's probably relieved that he's not on something as hard. It wasn't even, like, he didn't play individually that bad. It was just there's so little you can do in the off-lane.
Yeah, well, for now, still standard stuff for Pro-Polar. They could still go for the PA combo, if that's something to fall back on, but like you were talking about, that does shove Death Prophet off and over into a side lane to find farm for herself there, who could be pretty susceptible to early harassment. Maybe even an aggressive tri-lane could come out, and that could prove to be a bit too much for your Death Prophet to try to find those early bit of farms, get the race car build online, and really be a nuisance that she truly is.
Yeah,
That time of the month, you know.
You're definitely going to be worried a bit about the burst damage when you pick Death Prophet, which Skywrath already brings to the table.
Oh, yeah.
And, I imagine even more will be coming out of Empire. I'd love to see Empire. We've seen a few Clinksters today. I think that's a great pick for Empire if they want to go for a safe lane Clinks, because then you've got burst damage, which goes through BKB. So
Yes.
Death Prophet, we're
Reserve
seeing a lot
time.
more of the Yule's BKB. instead of
Team
the heart or the
Empire's
bloodstone
turn
or
to
whatever it may
pick.
be. So
Yeah.
actual physical damage, Clinks brings a lot. He can go safe lane, Razor can go mid, and you do just fine there.
Virtus.Pro respond back with the Legion Commander, which adds a bit of lockdown. Can be a bit finicky when going against something like a Skywrath Mage. I mean, that puts you also in a position where you could be caught out pretty easily with a Mystic Flare, so she's got to get a hold of a BKB pretty soon, on top of a Blink Dagger if she wants to be a hard initiator. Given they do have a Wisp, so you can always go for some sort of crazy
Radiant
relocate
team
duels
pick.
if you're just trying to find some global presence there. But I guess banking on the fact there's not going to be a lot of early
Empire's turn
rotations
to
and
ban.
harassment, if indeed it will be a Wisp in the mid lane, this allows Team Empire to go with more of a greedy second support. Now going to have an Enigma on that Dire side, can farm it up in the jungle, might not be contended too much, though they might have to look out now for
10
Virtus.Pro to
seconds
do some
remaining.
early aggressive movement at the start of the game. I imagine they're going to want to ward that jungle
5
pretty
seconds
quick.
remaining.
And I think VP may want to run some dual lanes here as well to try and punish the fact Empire are going to have a greedy jungler.
Reserve
You can
time.
take a 2v2 lane up top. Death Prophet could actually go safe lane solo here. Put DP in the 1v1 against the Tidehunter, and then you can have that Wisp Legion
Radiant
Commander maybe
team
mid.
ban.
Still, again, not like the scariest killing power there, so I'm not entirely sure how VP want to lane this. but
Oh, I mean,
traditional tri-lane probably not going to be seen. I think we may see the kind of like Jakiro-like dual lane as a last pick or something similar.
10
this is what we
seconds
saw
remaining.
from Secret at Starladder that everyone got really crazy over, was the
5
Wisp Necro
seconds
combo.
remaining.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this
That's
could
right.
be just very well that, just Virtus.Pro like,
And they put that
Nice-
in the
nice
off,
to-
like
nice
they were
to got
offensive
there.
tri-laning.
Empire's turn to pick.
They were happy to put that, or even offensive dual lane against tri-lanes. Like they were beating tri-lanes with 2 heroes. With,
I mean, and they're not going to have Enigma involved, I would bank, so with just a Skywrath Mage there, I mean, they could look to get a lot done, and in these dual lane setups, if that's something they do go for, but
Yeah.
man, oh man.
this, I feel like VP.Polar are very putting a lot of emphasis on the laning stage with these picks.
Yeah.
And especially when you
10
see the Enigma
seconds
pick, if they can
remaining.
win the laning stage, that's going to be key for them. And they haven't really got the
5
best
seconds
fallback.
remaining.
Late game
Yeah,
isn't
late
the
game isn't the
worst.
craziest, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
something to match up against that guy right there,
Radiant team
Weaver.
Yeah.
pick.
So this is definitely going to be Virtus.Pro's, I would imagine, secondary support grab, unless they go support Legion Commander, which it wouldn't be the first time I've seen it, but
I think I like the Clinks pick more than the Weaver. I wonder what Empire. I wonder what their thoughts are for the Weaver.
the second life, I guess. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure. I
yeah.
mean,
He's-
being extra bit of elusiveness is certainly not too bad. I mean, he's hard to catch out with relocates, but
a
the
bit
same
more
you can
early
say
game
for Clinks.
impact, I
But
think, than the
Remaining.
Clinks,
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah,
Um,
high mobility, but
Clinks,
5
Clinks
seconds
beats
remaining.
him a lot on the burst damage, and I think against the heals of Wisp, Necrophos, and the Death Prophet, who's going to be tanky, that you
Reserve
need
time.
the burst damage,
10
which
seconds
Weaver
remaining.
Weaver is
sometimes lacks.
a
until he gets
Lincoln's.
Desto.
He does pick up Lincolns typically,
Yeah.
which
5
should help
seconds
against Reaper Scythe,
remaining.
I suppose. I mean, and the Nyx Assassin going to be the final grab, and that's going to be your secondary support. And you know, Nyx can fare pretty nicely.
Yeah,
I guess like
he's-
Carapace works on the Midnight Pulse going against the Enigma, preventing potentially black holes that could come in early. Obviously, you could say the same for the Mystic Flare, which could be sent back. Weaver Sakuchi, a hero that's slowly coming back in. I mean, at first was a niche pick going against lineups that carry like Medusa, but here we see him creep on in here in this lineup for the side of Polar going against Team Empire.
Yeah, a lot of options for VP with their lanes here. With the Nyx Assassin last pick. I'm wondering what they're going to be doing. Scandal on the Death Prophet, so probably Scandal in the mid lane with Legion looking to go off lane since DK Phobos picked it up.
Yeah. So that leaves a lane setup with Illidan on the side with that Wisp. So we'll see. It's going to be kind of the rebirth of that secret strat. Now into the hands of VP.Polar going against Empire here. We get things started in our 5th matchup of the day of 6.
Prepare
Best
for
of
battle.
ones here. The Summit 2 by G2A.com in the European Division. We'll lead things off with introductions on your Virtus.Pro Polar side. Heading up to the top lane right now, and it's none other than DK Phobos playing an off-lane position Legion Commander, and he actually is going to be accompanied from the Wisp in the hands of what's it, Toriso? Torsoo? Can you stand still, ball, so I can read your name? Tesoro. Lil Tesoro playing the little ball. Mid lane, it's going to be none other than, of course, Scandal playing your Death Prophet, and along the bottom, as they do indeed run with the dual lane setup, Necro going to be played by Illidan, accompanied by Goblak on the Nyx Assassin.
Okay, well, on the Dire side, we got Team Empire, who are going to be running in the top lane. It will be Yoki, maybe on the safe lane on the Tidehunter, but always want to fly on the Enigma in the jungle. Solo's going to be
30
playing the
seconds to
Skywrath
battle.
Mage. We've got Razor in the hands of Resolution, and Weaver already shooting his way down bottom lane to get an early Observer Ward is going to be played by Silent. So this is where you maybe pick a Weaver because you want to put him off lane. So.
Yeah. All right, so that's where it is, and surprisingly no early movement coming out from Virtus.Pro, so they're not looking to deward the jungle at all. They get the one obs up here to kind of get some vision of a little bit of movement through the top-hand side, but Enigma will pretty much have a nice start here, unless he will be contested eventually by Virtus.Pro's side. He'll be right on the way to getting a hold of a Soul Ring into a mech or what have you without too much problem.
Yeah, okay. So Weaver will be joined bottom by the Skywrath, and this is... Okay, so they can run this kind of dual lane versus dual lane setup, and Skywrath Mage Weaver have a lot of killing power, so... I asked why, I wasn't sure why they overlooked a hero like Clinks, and this is exactly why, because of the killing power of this lane. Which, I think they've got the much stronger lane. Necro, Nyx Assassin, they need levels on both these heroes before they can really fight. And
yeah. And you're only getting lockdown from just the one stun there from Nyx, which has, since they changed that Impale a little bit, not the easiest always, to land, especially on high mobile targets like Weaver, and they're already dishing in some hefty right-click here on Illidan, and he steps back, and this is when a Necrophos is at his weakest in this early laning phase, and they know he doesn't even have his heal. He goes with the first level on Heartstopper Aura, and as soon as they see that, it's like, well, we'll just kind of lay it into him. He only has one more regen left now, and they already call in for early reinforcements as Wisp comes to the bottom.
He doesn't even pick up his bottle. He's going for the no items bottle rush, but can't even, has to buy a TP
Radiant's
scroll already.
bottom
So
tower
this
is under attack.
at the same time, he doesn't need the bottle as much because he is going to be in a tri-lane versus dual lane, and it's a lot harder to go for those runes when you have this tri-lane versus dual lane setup. So, not the end of the world, but it really shows how outlaned VP.Polar were.
Looking to assert his dominance in this mid lane. Resolution on that Razor, just whipping back Death Prophet, taking in huge damage. Just an additional plus 42, but very early on that can help quite significantly with harassment and getting that CS as he's trying to control the pace of this lane. And bottom now with the help of Wisp, Virtus.Pro feeling a little more confident in their laning phase and willing to push back, but this lane now going to be quickly put under the tower will allow Weaver to still find some XP for himself and farm. As Skywrath leaves the lane, that has Weaver getting in all that XP and gold to himself.
I think Skywrath is like, okay, we're not going to get kills now that there's a tri-lane here. I may as well... Actually just going to be looking for the rune for now, and
yeah,
Skywrath will get there first.
Oh, wow. And for Always Want to Fly, he's going to get a regen at the top, which will be very nice for him. Unless he holds it out for Resolution, which is going to be the case. Resolution's already pretty low. Just spent off that last bit of mana for a nuke, and now he's going to be back to brand new.
Razor not lasting well at all. He's only got 7 CS somehow. Which, considering he got a good static link or two off that we saw earlier.
Maybe too focused on harassing and not enough really on getting a hold of the CS here, which is much more crucial.
And he misses another CS, which he's missed a few easy CS when I've been watching. It's a bit harder when you don't go for the Wraith Band build with the slightly worse base damage, but we'll see how he goes.
Weaver getting pretty aggressive, moves on through, and there's a nuke coming out, but that Wisp is there and ready to heal up, and it's quite surprising how much a bottle can just heal up on a Wisp linked to your Necro, and Silent quickly realizes that and has to go all the way back. Holy moly, I gotta get my salve out at this point, so might be a lesson learned for now.
There's no going on the Necrophos. Even if he's in front, even if he looks horribly out of position, you don't go on him. Maybe now with the 0 bottle charges you can consider
It's just
it.
so good because he's healing himself and then he heals the Wisp who's linked to him, and that heal gets amplified even more. It's a bit out of control, and now they're going to be harassing out Goblack here on the side, contesting and taking away those creeps back towards the lane as Goblack will ping him out, making it a little bit harder to kind of have them control the creep equilibrium.
Yeah. So Necrophos CSing well and going to be pretty happy now with this bottom lane, I'd say, all in all. Razor's caught up on CS. He's still not ahead, and he's still not doing... it's not a lane that Razor wins by any means. I think that, especially maybe at the early levels, he has a slight edge, but once DP hits like level 3, has even just 2 points in Crypt Swarm, does good stuff.
I'm nervous for this top matchup, though. We haven't talked a lot about it, but a Tidehunter in a one-on-one matchup against a melee is just always a Tidehunter win, at least in my eyes. I mean, he's 19-2 and top of CS right now, and Legion Commander can't really offer a whole lot. She's kind of hanging in there with the CS at 17-1, but
it's done all right. You can use the overwhelming odds as like a good... It's kind of like when we talk about the Crypt Swarm, overwhelming odds is a bit similar, less cost-effective, so it's okay, I guess. And Phobos will get like enough farm out of this lane to still have a good mid-game impact.
So he's doing a lot, but regardless, Tidehunter already has his Arcanes, and he's going to start for the early makings of that blink. Resolution returns mid, and the old familiar static link is going to force the DP to kind of stay back a bit as he continues to be the bouncer for this mid lane, trying to reap in the extra bit of CS. And Enigma, also still uncontested farm here in the jungle. Is building up a lot of farm for himself pretty damn quick.
I think Empire going to be pretty happy just because of that. And this bottom lane, Wisp has had no bottle charges for a long time now. All the rune control from Empire has been really good, and they're actually going to go for a kill now maybe. Without bottle charges, this is tricky for VP to turn around.
They'll get it. One more right click. It comes right in. The heal was also coming, but it's just a little too late. But they actually get a return kill very nicely. Weaver oversteps his boundaries, and of course, without benefiting from his level 6, he can't kind of pull himself out the last second. So a trade that actually doesn't work out to the better. I guess if they do get the first blood bonus, it's a bit close. Yeah.
Giving Necrophos a solo kill is some pretty big XP for going his way.
Yeah.
He's hit level 5 now, and level 3 heal against this dual lane means that I don't think the dual lane gets another kill anymore. Wiz dying, it also means he gets a free bottle refill. So
Yep.
I mean, Wiz honestly is not going to be that upset he died, apart from the fact it's first blood. So I'd say that was a almost dead even trade.
Weaver moves on through. They still don't have detection or have any sort of sentry in lane to maybe consider going aggressive, but they try to chase him down, and there's that impale. I told you, it's kind of tricky to catch right there, and Weaver just does a simple step back, and he will not be able to land the stun, whereas that would have been an opportunity for him to maybe push on through, and he doesn't have the Reaper Scythe yet, but he's just going to get quickly healed up. They continue to press down these creeps, and maybe they'll get some licks in on this tier 1 tower.
Silent getting pretty low here, and he's going to take another nuke. That's the other thing with this Death Pulse.
He has to go all the way back. I mean, his regen, or use it up. He has 5 charges on his wand, but meanwhile, over and above, they get a nice stun here with the Wisp combo, and they quickly take down Solo on the Skywrath Mage. Just a nice little side objective right there for Virtus.Pro.
The last 2 runes Skywrath got coming from that north direction and then getting there before the Wisp, so this time they were ready for him. This time they prevented it, which was nice play from the 2 VP support. Silent's going to be careful here at this tower.
Ooh, Skywrath is back here, but he's getting help from Wisp. They might just turn it back on him, and they will. They quickly take him down, but there's a black hole. It catches 3. Silent looking to clear up, takes down the Wisp, is forced to pull out his ultimate, but he has no life, and now they're turning right back onto Always Wanna Fly.
Silent's going to heal up. He's
he will heal up. He should be fine, but not going to be so lucky is your Enigma, who gets taken down. It looked like a very huge turnaround with that black hole, but Weaver was so low.
He had to time-lapse as soon as the hole ended just to dodge this Death Pulse. That's the only reason that Death Pulse didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Because he time-lapsed away, which broke the distance, and
But unfortunately, that time where he time-lapsed to, he still had very low life, so
yeah.
he just couldn't even re-engage. Had he a little more life to work with, he could have got a few more right clicks in, and it could have been a bigger turn for them, but still not exactly what they wanted. Enigma goes in, helps out with a kill, but ends up handing himself over. Virtus.Pro still ahead here, 4-2, and a very early look at the net worth graphs as things slowly begin to creep back towards the Virtus.Pro side and even things up.
Death Prophet at mid getting some more space, and farming Death Prophet Razor dead even on CS. This lane's complete
Phase
wash.
boots, I imagine. Yes, there they are. Now
the good news about mid lane being a wash is we just don't have to talk about the Death Prophet Razor.
Everyone hears
We've seen
it
enough
so
of
much.
them, so
Yeah, it's like this is what's going to happen. You know,
we get
unless someone like slips up dramatically. I mean, top lane 2 has been very, very quiet. These two have been just kind of find their own bit of respect for him. Haven't really deterred anywhere outside the lane, but now at level 7 here, as we do see Wisp actually gets taken down on the bottom lane. This looks like a bit of a side pick as the rune was going to pop up. He was trying to be there to contest it, but ultimately got caught out by Empire's hit squad. So
yeah. Most of the action has actually come around these runes.
Yeah.
Apart from 1 or 2 kills at bottom lane. So showing how important it is, especially when there's Wisp in the flank kills. The runes become even more important.
But I'm curious to see how long Tidehunter now, just continuing to build up towards that Blink Dagger near 1,600 gold. He's going to get it in a relatively good time here. And then on the other side, you know, your Phobos Legion Commander not looking to go towards his Blink Dagger again, instead of finishing out those power treads. Puts her about a step behind, but look at it coming from behind. As I say that, is Empire, making it go on the low mana of Death Prophet, but she is going to be all the way pulled back, and they aren't going to get the opportunity.
Looks like Silent's giving up on this bottom lane. Says, look, Tide, you've got enough farm. You haven't got Blink yet, but Tide can farm his Blink in the jungle.
Move over.
Yeah, he's been kicked out of this thing.
Let me get something.
I don't think they really can push the top tier 1 tower. It's full HP. If they try to go for that VP.Polar, just TP in heroes and defend it. So I think Tide is just going to be instructed to fall back to the jungle. Maybe actually look for a Ravage kill on Phobos, but they need... I think they need they need at least 3. They need Skywrath for this.
Well, they're not going to be there for it. Enigma had walked by the Ancient Camp. Didn't stack it, unfortunately. I'd say that at least Tidehunter by then can move over to an Ancient stack and kind of find the rest of his farm there, but they haven't been stacking it a whole lot. Neither much of the jungle to begin with. But bottom lane, yeah, they might get a hold of Illidan here as an Invis Razor creeps on forward. Sees the Wisp there now. Might need a little more damage to help out.
I think they saw the Invis rune pick up. They had an Observer Reward bottom rune, and
yeah,
the fact Tide
they have a vision. Yeah.
They actually hit him with the Death Pulse invis, so
They see him there.
I think they know the Razor's bottom as well because of that Death Pulse hitting invis, and Razor gets fairly low as a result.
They have to pull all the way back, so unsuccessful gank attempt it looks like, and Tidehunter is still itchy to put his first Ravage to use here, and as we have Razors creeping out, waiting for the 10-minute rune to pop up, it will be snagged up promptly, so it's a haste rune. Very nice rune there for your Razor. If he wants to try to make a go, it leaves the bounty at the top for your Death Prophet to finish on up. Level 8 right now, still yet to invest anything into that Exorcism. Level 1, of course, being pretty puny as it is, not too surprised about that. As top lane, where Silent has been now finding his new set of farm right now, going against Legion Commander. He's trying to creep on up. He's still pretty low, 33 and 6 when you compare that to everyone else. His CS, he still has got a long way to go.
He's trying to go back to that Midas, so it's going to be a long, long time before he can fight. And this is where the dual lane and bottom lane just didn't really pan out too well for Empire. The Wisp Necrophos just had a lot of survivability. They got the first blood, but at the cost of the Weaver. So Weaver didn't even get anything out of the first blood, so I worry a bit for Empire. Their core hero is not doing well. What they have got is huge teamfight potential. Tide Enigma, they can easily stall and drag the game out. In late game, with those big ultimates, I definitely favor Empire's draft. Heroes like Legion kind of fall off late game. Death Prophet's good, but not as good as she used to be late game because of the really long Exorcism cooldown. And yeah, I think VP.Polar just don't have the best late game.
Dire's bottom tower
Tidehunter
is under
and
attack.
Enigma's Black Hole. That's been a formidable team fight since TI1, for God's sakes, as far as how much impact they can make in these 5-on-5 engagements, and it's something I'm sure Empire are going to look to fall back on here. Probably not till they have the needed tools, the Blink Dagger.
Did both those heroes exist in TI1?
I thought so. I thought that was the big play with the steel and the Rubik and the whole deal.
TI2.
Oh, well,
TI1
maybe I was
was
thinking
the,
about the documentary. I thought free to play. I could have sworn.
Dire's bottom tower
Did they
is
exist?
under
Now you're
attack.
making me
Oh
second
yeah.
guess.
Oh, and
Dire's
free to play.
structures
Yeah.
are
Yeah. I mean, there was a big Tidehunter
That's
Enigma
right,
Black Hole play there.
I
Dire's
don't even
bottom
remember any of
tower
the matches
has
from
been
TI1.
denied.
the Dota, that was not even, that tournament was not Dota. Like, I would not call that Dota.
That was like a beta debut.
Yeah.
With some money on top.
That was not an esports competition. That was a show match.
Well, at least the synergy was known even back then. Now, the Link harassment is going to be saved there now as Illidan will be brought back to base. I wonder if they're going to re-engage or if he's just going to be like, all right, my friend, I will sacrifice myself for the greater good. But now with Legion Commander here, they could consider going for an engagement. Nope, it's going to be Wisp always lonesome. He can't quite get the tether off as it's been on cooldown. The last second, he will end up falling. And it just ends up being a quick support grab there to the benefit of Empire. Now, maybe looking for a re-engagement as Legion Commander pretty much came down here for nothing otherwise. Trying to get a hold of someone. Now, it might be this Razor where Goblex spouts out, puts out a nice stun, pulls out the Link, and will continue to retreat up to the north. And meanwhile, mid lane, you see Scandal get taken down there on the back end. It's going to be Death Prophet who falls, and that's going to be your... Not even a Ravage expended for it.
Death Prophet just got way too greedy there, it looks like. He popped the... Exorcism was up, he didn't get the Exorcism heal, and no Skywrath or Tide ulti. I don't know how he died there. They're going to go for the Ravage mid. Go Black. Solo kill on the Nyx Assassin. Not the highest impact Ravage. It's just a solo kill on a support, but you're kind of at the early game stage where using solo Ravage or solo Black Hole for just a solo kill is actually not too bad.
He's level 10. He hasn't even really used a Ravage yet.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just like, I just need to use this thing. I don't even care if it's on a little Nyx support. Just please let me hit this R button for God's sakes. And, well, they get it done, and just after a quick anchor smash, Nyx Assassin goes down. Empire enhanced and lead a little bit further, 4-6 now. After a what looked like a struggling start, they're now well back into this one. Legion Commander yet to pull out a duel. She's kind of a hero who benefits a lot with pretty much an endless ceiling of damage that could be coming her way. She has yet to get any sort of bonus damage this game.
The VP draft just isn't really built around the Legion well enough, it feels like. It was a weird pick to throw into their draft, I feel. I don't think they fully thought out how it would fit in. And they really wanted to go for that Wisp Legion synergy as far as the dual lane and the off lane, but Wisp was forced to go to the safe lane, so Legion's just being a fully off lane hero who's been left alone the entire game. So until he gets Blink Dagger and can fill that kind of Bat Rider-ish role, then we're not going to see too much from Legion.
Now, they can fall back on this Necrophos quite a bit, who's trying to build in some farm for himself. He already has the Ogre Club. This could be the early makings of that BKB to prevent the huge burst damage that could be coming out from your Skywrath Mage. But as they continue this farm, look who's creeping into the enemy territory. They move on in. They place a very aggressive obs, but they just missed their opportunity to get a hold of the Necrophos. But they're going off to the right-hand side. They better get into a corner damn quick and TP on out if they don't want to get caught out. Nope. The Blink Dagger, jump in, Gush, Illidan. Wow! Last second save brings him just to the nearby local tower to heal him on up.
He's got a salve too for him if he wants to.
They're not looking to pursue. Necrophos very low. No Ravage available, but they have the Black Hole. And now they turn back towards Goblak, who's moved on in. Step forward, Gush. Meanwhile, behind, it is going to be Legion Commander. Bringing down a little bit of extra damage, but their focus still on this Necrophos. Trying to hold him, bring him down, but Wisp on the high area keeps him alive. Gets the Reaper Scythe off, but it's not going to finish anyone. It ends up being 3 to drop as they take down the other 2 supports here. Empire don't lose anyone. Clean out the little bit of creeps in the Adelons will help out. And
Necro was kind of just awkwardly standing there. I think he was waiting for Wisp to heal. Wisp had a Tengu as well as a salve that he wasn't really using, and I think there was just some miscommunication or just some misclicks coming out from the Wisp there, because Necro was just like awkwardly standing there waiting for some heals, and then suddenly the Wisp relocated out and he's like, oh, I'm alone.
yeah,
What do I do now?
would it have been better if maybe he relocated him all the way back to the base so he could have healed up all the way, and then at that point they could have considered re-engaging? I mean, it was, I don't know, it felt like a bit risky to be that low of life when he came back.
I think that would have been the safer option, but then you kind of like Empire can TP in more heroes and wait for the relocate back in.
That Ravage stops the 3 of them, and he's trying to get a duel off at least. There it is. Can he bring him down in time? This Razor, though, pretty big. Able to fight right back. Now he does get the kill on the Wisp. He does end up falling. It's too late for the duel, so no bonus damage is going to be awarded, but regardless, it's a Razor for a Wisp. Something Virtus Pro definitely needs after that previous engagement.
So, VP.Polar didn't get the dual damage though, so still no bonus damage for this Legion, who is getting close to a Blink Dagger though. Scandal's doing really well as far as his farm goes. He pushed down the top tier 1 tower, working towards a Yule Scepter. I don't know about this, like we haven't seen drums on Death Prophet for a while, and especially considering he's playing like the carry, which he is. Like he's the main carry for this team. I don't think he gets much out of the drums here. Fast Yules is just
should be ultra fast now. Drums, phase roots, and Yules, I guess. But
close to max move speed.
It does put her back 1 step. That could have been invested into a luxury item down the road. But for now, trying to pull together the rest of that Yules. In the meantime, always want to fly. Still with that Black Hole ready to go. Probably looking to get level 11 before he does pull it on out, so he can get that level 2 sweet ultimate right there. But
Illidan's almost got his Ag Scepter on the Necrophos too, so that's
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So we'll see. That takes him out for good. Blink Dagger now going to complete Legion Commander. Can really offer that blink in dual setup if they'd like, but still going to be at risk if he gets caught out on the bad end of a Mystic Flare from Solo's Skywrath Mage, given that she doesn't quite have a BKB on her own. Might be something she considers. Meanwhile, pressing on in, they do quickly get a hold of that Wisp, burst him down with said magic, or Mystic Flare rather. And on the way out, it looks like they're going to try to at least get Yoki. Yoki gets put into a duel. Illidan goes on in, drops the Reaper Scythe as he's healed up, and it's still enough to take him down. And he does get the winner. First 10 bonus damage going to be awarded to your Legion Commander this game.
It's been so long, it's 14 bonus damage. He's level 2 ultimate.
Oh, wow, you're right. Yeah. All right, so 14. But still, Empire persistent. Do manage to take down the mid tower, but it was denied there very nicely from Illidan. They want to make him pay for it. Very long static link, and he's going to be forced to be saved right there. Just back a hair from the Wisp relocate. Now they're looking to turn back with a nice counterfight. They take down Enigma before he can even get any sort of black hole off, and now their attention towards Resolution. Trying to turn back. The relocate only takes him back just a small bit. It's still enough for them to chase. Bites body blocks coming out. No, they want to delay it. Can they? Nope, they're not going to bother. A few more right clicks, and they take down Razor. VP.Polar come back with a big fight of their own, taking down 3, and they only lose Goblak on that Nyx Assassin.
Silent just was nowhere to be seen, which I think is fine that he's still farming, but that just means Empire has to be a lot more careful in the kind of fights they take. Tide couldn't get a Ravage off because of the Jewel. Really nice low ground mech came out from Always Want to Fly, but once Reaper got used as well as Jewel, they made sure they used everything to kill the Tide.
Oh, there's that duel going to work. He gets a hold of Solo. I don't think he can bring him down in time by his lonesome, but maybe he can still get the kill. Oh, nope, will not have the nuke there. I don't think it would have been enough regardless, but he still pulls back anyways. A valiant effort, but ultimately not going to come out to anything. Now, I do believe also Polar didn't have the benefit of their Death Prophet in that engagement, right? So it was a 4v4. I don't know. Exorcism, nothing really involved with that. So for them to come out on top without their Death Prophet, I mean, obviously you can say the same for Empire not having Silent, but still, nonetheless, big engagement.
Polar still like sitting on the the 0 impact as far as kills
Yeah.
and assists go. 0 team fight involvement. He's pushed down 2 of the 3 towers, so...
Inner Yule's now complete, so much faster, much way to get a better setup.
You've got this max... you get 521 movement speed, so it's more or less max movement speed, Death Prophet with the phase on, and you've got... I mean, with that kind of mobility, you want to be showing up to team fights now.
Goblak sees this low Skywrath mage and is stalking him right now. Okay, is there a way I can take this Skywrath down? Oh, quickly, please. Can I get the burst off? Nope, they're right there. Mech's going to be online. Always want to fly. Looking to bounce back. But they're still hungry for it. And now Goblak, unfortunately, no. You're not going to get that bird.
Radiant's top tower is under
the mech in the last fight was amazing, and that one there, that was some quick reactions. I thought Skywrath was going to full staff dodge the Impale, because he had like a good half second during the Impale cast time to dodge it, but he wasn't on point. He wasn't paying attention, but Enigma was.
I don't even know, even with the level 1 mana burn, if you could even finish off Skywrath Mage.
I think Skywrath was on, like, I think it would have been enough, it looked like.
It was close. It's hard to say, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
Goblak, the gamble's not going to pay off for them. As Empire pushes down from above, they pull out the glyph on this tier 1 tower, and I mean, we'll see. They'd already denied 1 tower. They're not going to get this one, however. It's Enigma who grabs it, but there's your Yules, follow up Crypt Swarm. No silence, however, as not going to look to pop it just yet, but now Resolution to relocate up and ahead if it's possible, but they go right into a Ravage.
He didn't blink!
And he couldn't get all the way forward, but it still ends up helping, taking down the Wisp from behind. And now, meanwhile, on the right-hand side, you can see Skywrath Mage does get the burst down, takes down LC. Still cleaning house and pressing on in is Empire. Relocate does not end up working out with the big combo breaker coming out from Ravage. Now Scandal under pressure. Long Arcane Bolts coming in abundance here. She is so damn quick, though, with that drum. She will make it all the way to the base before those Arcane Bolts even connect. And that does leave behind precious little Goblak, who ultimately will go down. Yoki is well very low, going to be forced to TP out, but it's still Empire who comes out on top.
Yeah, big team fight for Empire. They're between Ravage and Black Hole, they just win team fights so easily when they've got those 2 ultimates up. And
Radiant's top
once
tower
Always When
is
Apply
under
gets his
attack.
BKB as well now, Necrophos doesn't want to have to ulti the Enigma just to cancel a Black Hole in a fight. Necrophos wants to actually get a kill and take someone out for like those 1 to 2 minute durations with his ultimate.
Doesn't get the opportunity, unfortunately. Ultimate goes without cooldown. And it's Empire. Come out big on that one.
Yeah, and Resolution about to have a BKB. That's a pretty big item for him to be picking up for the next team fight.
So Necrophos already with that Agnums that we talked about, but now also trying to throw together his own personal BKB with a secondary Ogre Club. Add a little bit of extra meat on the bones and to prevent that heavy burst that prevented him from getting that big ultimate off to begin with. Now Phobos scouting out the Roche Pit area, not going to see anything, but with a sentry down, they do know that, oh no, that's their own sentry, so they're moving on through. They're smoked up. No vision here for Empire to see what's happening, but Solo is already up on the high ground nearby that Roche Pit. They don't scout or see him. Moving across mid lane where Scandal's already here, and, well, that's going to reveal them as he Death Pulses the mid lane.
Yep.
So they know something's
I'm
up.
still smoked, guys. They don't know we're here. What are you talking about?
Instead, maybe they'll turn their attention towards his top lane, where Silent's making it happen right now. He's already got his Lincolns in
He's fine.
near 2,300
Radiant's
gold,
top
man.
tower
This
is
is why
under
he just
attack.
went AWOL after the bottom dual lane didn't work against with Necro. This Weaver just said, look, guys, I'm farming. Treads
Yeah.
Lincoln's, probably a
Never
Desolator
look back.
next. And yeah, he's suddenly in a pretty good position as far as items go. Can't be
Wow.
initiated on by the Blink Jewel from Legion, so...
Empire, such a slippery group. They move in, they quickly deward the bottom river area, and even on the opponent's side, they're just constantly have vision and the know-how where they are. But Skywrath Mage kind of going right in the fight. That Ravage only connects on Goblak, but here comes a bit of aid here. Necro and Wisp come to the back end, and they will quickly take down that Tide. A very questionable engagement at the start here, but they're not done yet. Resolution pops his BKB, and I don't know if you want to fight into this. He has to pull out a TP to get out, and he will actually make his way out from battle, but Goblak not going to be so lucky. Gets taken down. Solo has made his appearance and now is beginning to bring in the right clicks, but he might be bursted down. No more time lapse available. He's very low, and the Ghost clean him up. It's Scandal.
I don't think Scandal even realized he's getting that kill. He's like, I'm out of here, I'm running, and suddenly Weaver, oh, killed Weaver, great.
Yeah, the Ghost had a job to finish, and they got it done on the way back.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Weaver, even though he has that Lincoln, still can be pretty squishy to the big, powerful
No Black
exorcism.
Hole, not a good Ravage. Empire,
Yeah.
they got to remember, you fight around these ultimates. That's got to be the game plan in a game like this.
And we're hoping to get a hold of LC and Goblike together, it looked like, but LC made the way out, and with the relocate in, it was
unfortunately for
very
VP.Polar,
nice.
like, sure, Legion got the bonus damage from the Jewel, but I think it would have been much better if he saved it for the BKB Razor, because they could have locked him in place and killed him off with the Exorcism. So, a bit of overkill on the Tidehunter, and I think at Legion just getting a bit too greedy for Jewel damage when he kind of should have maybe prioritized the Disable over the bonus damage. But either way, I think VP.Polar is happy with that fight.
I mean, they're making it work for now. Necro is real close to his BKB with 2.4k. He's just about ready to pick it up. A little bit more farm, and he can get a lot more invested in these team fights without having to feel the need to worry about any sort of heavy bursts. And now Solo with that gem, looking to go for more dewarding here. It looks like Roche has been on the agenda potentially for Empire for quite a while, but they can't find the opportunity. Now runs into Goblak, who just kind of shoos him away from this bottom lane with a simple little mana leak. But bottom, Solo continues to press on in, while Polar are just kind of lingering in the middle. Looks like they're just kind of waiting for an opportunity to make a jump happen. Just both sides very timid as far as making a new engagement.
Yeah, and Polar have to be somewhat concerned about like how they're actually going to take this late game. They've got the Death Prophet. I mean, it's basically Death Prophet Exorcism. You fight around, like that's your only real damage output. Necrophos is good at helping secure a kill with Reaper Scythe, and we're going to see Illidan. I mean, goes the BKB. I think it's an okay item, but if this goes late game, he needs like Scythe, Refresher. He needs big items which can have, which can kind of make up the fact that his actual damage output isn't that great.
Ooh, they're making a jump right now and always want to fly. They got a nice duel off with the Blade Mail already going to be popped. Can they burst him down in time? They have the Reaper Scythe. They will secure the kill right there, but LC might go down in exchange and will. Razor jumps in, cleans house. The Ravage as well to follow up allows them to secure 2 more with the Necrophos as well falling at the back end of that one. They unleash a fighting fury in this mid lane as they tried to quickly take down the Enigma, but even he proved to be pretty big.
It's gotten to that stage of the game where VP.Polar have to fight with Death Prophet. They're not winning fights without the ultimate. And Scandal was not really there. He wasn't the one. He wasn't involved in the jump. Legion went in completely alone. The relocate even took like a second or two too long. I think maybe if the relocate was instant, they could get the kill and drag it out. But VP.Polar now going to lose a Roshan. Empire takes a lot of damage. Yogi, one more clap!
Oh!
That new I love this change to the Roshan
it's so
clap.
good.
Not even from terms of balance, just like as a caster, it's so entertaining to
He's
see people
big
get
and bad,
owned
man.
by it.
He's just so much stronger now, and you have to be cautious of stuff like that. I mean,
especially I've seen like an 80-minute game where Clap did like 300 damage or something and killed an Ember Spirit, and I'm just like, 80 minutes in, you just lost your Ember Spirit to Roshan and lose the game because of it.
that GG
man.
Roshan throw takes it back, and fortunately for Tidehunter, he's brought down a peg from
I'd
that
love to see
Roshan.
the Roshan bash, like the percent increase as the game went on as well.
Oh man. And that was just the first one of the game, right? So
Yeah.
first takedown. They lose Tidehunter to Roche, but they still come out on top, taking hold of that Aegis grab. And I mean, you're talking about already Death Prophet has to be the one to be involved, and when she has that ultimate, both teams really dependent on all of their ultimates altogether. Empire with their big team fight Black Hole, and Ravage being able to follow up with Weaver, who's not big in normally 5-on-5 kind of engagements, but if he gets the space. Meanwhile, they're going to make a move here on Solo. The duel's going to be unleashed, and it is going to be enough. He does secure a bit of bonus for himself. Always want to fly, not going to be there in time. Being able to aid with the mech, and
yeah, he wanted to steal that gem from Solo, but will not do so.
better not to take that kind of a risk to get a hold of a gem. And
the good thing for Scandal and the Death Prophet is he does damage even if he's, well, he can pop the BKB to avoid Ravage. The Black Hole, if he's got Exorcism up, he still does damage even if he gets Black Hole because of the Ghost. So
yeah,
his damage is very reliable. He just needs to stay alive as long as possible. And if he gets the BKB up, he does that, I'd say.
Yeah.
Until
Certainly
Weaver
would
and Razor get really farmed, but it's slowly happening.
it looks like he's building up more armor from here. He's got the play mill. This could eventually go into the Shivas or AC.
Yeah, I think even just the casual plate mail, if he wants to get casual plate mail, then HP.
They're going to go on bottom, but top lane's where the action breaks out. Jump in, Ravage, and Black Hole. The 1-2 punch catches on 3. And that's almost a dream right now for Empire in this top lane as they easily clear out the 3. Wow, wow, wow. Big work. They knew that Death Prophet was at the bottom lane, not involved, and still Empire able to take advantage. Exorcism not going to be there. No sweat.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They just can find these fights like that. And that's something VP.Polar should not be in a position to get caught out like that. They're probably, I think they're anticipating Empire being more spread around the map and not trying to devote as many ultimates. But
Make a nice solo kill. Solo. Living up to his name. Gets it done right there on Goblak with just the easy combo of Concussive, Ancient Seal, Mystic Flare. Oh no, might also go on
bottom lane. Death Prophet more than tanky enough to deal with this, but Scarith now from behind. There's no Yules, it's just the BKB.
You already tried to use it. He popped the Lincolns there on your Weaver. Now having trouble trying to get away. Luckily, we won't have to spend out a BKB or anything. Instead, Wisp will be right there to help out. It's okay, friend. He'll take you back to Fountain. And she will be fine. But my, oh my. Now Legion Commander coming in. Well, I thought he was going to blink across and see if he can get a hold of a Weaver there. But
the 3 heroes and just die almost.
Yeah,
for a
I mean,
second.
it wouldn't be the first time. But so we'll see. He's going to wait it out for now. And nothing's going to come out of it. I mean, she is bringing okay damage to herself with the bonus that's been brought in already, plus 42. Pretty much the only big hard right click on her team. So that aside from the Exorcism, which is the big team impact. But the other thing is you have to be a part of the team to make that team impact. And we have yet to really see the Death Prophet do that. So it's proven to be quite the nuisance here, is every time they get caught out before they can even really get their BKBs off. I mean, we saw Necro go down top lane. His BKB is still at a shiny new 10 seconds. This goes to show how quick things can get hot and heavy from Empire, that they can get taken out quickly. And it might continue here. DK Phobos, yeah, you got that rune, but you might hand over your life as they could just immediately jump him. It's a hit squad right now to try to get, but here comes the relocate. Necro movement. Trying to aid about Phobos for now, though. Phobos eating huge damage, and Resolution just relentless as always, pressing on in. Oh, gets slowed down from the Reaper side. Not going to be able to take him down, and Wisp is going to end up falling. Now always want to fly. Here comes the Exorcism. They are able to clean out the Enigma. Yoki trying to get away from this one. He's got 8 more seconds before Ravage is up, but no, they get the Death Prophet. They turn back, and Illidan get out in time. He can. 2 more seconds. Ravage is up, but it's not needed. They take down everyone on the side of VP.Polar and Empire, only losing their Enigma.
Yeah.
They come out huge, and that was with Death Prophet involved in the back end of that one, but the strong start on LC just was...
Death Prophet was involved, but way too late. Like we said it before, and I want to say that was just... Death Prophet wasn't really there. She showed up. The fight had already broken out, and then Death Prophet started TPing to the Tier 2 tower. If Death Prophet is there from the start, they kill that Razor in the Reaper's Scythe as well. Like, that Reaper's Scythe didn't kill the Razor. Razor lived on, like, 300 HP. The Death Prophet couldn't really chase. And they just needed the Death Prophet's damage, which showed up when the fight was kind of already lost in some ways, so...
They didn't even have to use their Aegis. It just kind of expires, and Empire...
This Death Prophet needs to actually be there if they're taking these fights. That's just... It's really costing you.
But as the game goes on, Silent just gets better and better, and he's happy to contest anything this precious little Death Prophet has. I mean, he has his Desolator to contest that armor gain that Death Prophet brought in, and already 3k gold. He can go straight for...
I think we may see just damage.
Yeah, MKB, I mean, it's not even necessary,
MKB,
but,
Daedalus, yeah,
but something that could bring the pain.
Death Prophet was pretty much full HP when the fight... Like, wasn't taking damage from Razor or anything. It was just DPS coming out of the Weaver that killed the Death Prophet, so... Scandal may be forced to even go for a Ghost Scepter, like drop the drums or TP scroll to get a Ghost Scepter just to help deal with the physical damage, right click.
A golden thread.
But Empire looking
they got a DD. They want to use it. Silent's feeling pretty buff right now.
They've
Would
got all
love
their
to take
ultis
someone
too.
down. They creep on forward. Yoki
You've got to
Radiant's bottom
no way you
tower
can't.
got the Ravage. Yeah, they should be able to
Radiant
take it. They actually
structures
glyph
are
it now,
fortified.
and Empire will be able to just keep on pressing forward. They should feel very confident with their
Radiant's
team
bottom
situation
tower
lineup. BKB
has
getting
fallen.
popped for
So weird,
Razor
BKB.
pretty preemptively.
It's down to 5 seconds. It's a freebie.
They just get the tower and run.
It's not really a wasted BKB even when he's got the shortest duration already and he's not going to need it for another 50 seconds.
Take the money and run. It's going to be Razor now going for a refresher after Ag, so the
Multiple refreshes with Tide almost finishing his too.
Seizure Party coming our way momentarily. Have your 3D glasses ready for this one, folks. As if the Eye of the Storm wasn't enough of a problem, bringing 2 of them is going to prove to be just a big old nuisance here. For VP.Polar, they are in what I feel like is dire straits at this point, trying to get a big team fight to swing momentum back their way. As we look at the gold graph, it just continues to dip pretty heavily here for Empire, starting past the 15k mark. And now Goblak sweeping on through with Vendetta. Not anyone he can obviously take down, but just trying to at least bring in an extra bit of intel for his team as far as a potential engagement. Nope, the stun not going to be there. They scout him out, and Well, Goblak is going to allow now DK Phobos, so there's your big Mystic Flare. It is Blade Mail. It brings Solo pretty low, but it's not going to matter. Quickly they take down the 2. Illidan comes in from behind, but your Reaper Scythe will be able to finish off Resolution on that Razor, and I guess that's enough for Empire to kind of hit the retreat as now Exorcism sweeps on through, but Silent's not done yet. Wants to be able to quickly burst down Death Prophet. He's eating respectable damage in the meantime, but Wisp is going to be right there to quickly aid up that Death Prophet. And they do make their escape. Meanwhile, leaving behind, though, will be Illidan. And Illidan's like, Wisp, no, I thought we had a thing. Wisp is like, nope, sorry, Death Prophet comes first. Hose before bros. He makes his way out.
I was thinking of like what kind of joke I could do with that, but I was like, Wisp isn't even of either particular gender, so I don't know. I don't know how this works here.
He's like, what? I don't even know which way you swing, Wisp.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't either. But you know what? Sometimes Death Prophet, I guess, just comes first. So
Alright.
they make it work. They have this
Radiant's
huge
top
push with
tower
these
is
Eidolons
under
now. They're
attack.
going to just easily bulldoze down this Tier 2 tower. And the
Radiant's
gold
top
just
tower
continues
has
to come
fallen.
in. Their offshore account continues to build up. And there's your refresher now complete on the Tidehunter. So as if his control wasn't enough, it just continues to build up and get that much more worse. But Goblak, look how persistent he is. I want to see this where this bug goes.
Hey, Nyx can actually initiate on like if they
He
ever
could
want to
start
kill
it off
Silent, they
right
can.
now.
He hit
Gets
the
it there. LC's going to be nearby with the blink. He has the sentry. Lincoln's is going to be pop. Relocate. Blink in. Oh, a little too far, but he gets it right there. On the duel. This is big. They will be able to take him down. Nice grab for them. He has a fair amount of bounty there. And with the game and how it's going, that's a decent gold swing. I mean, just that one kill gives him almost 2k gold.
Yeah, well played by Goblak, and that was, you can see the communication at play there. Goblak's knew he could get the Impale. You don't have to worry about the Lincoln's block on Impale. He just had to break the Lincolns for the duel, and yeah, really nicely executed game. It buys him some time right now. It's not going to be a turnaround by any means. It's a decent chunk of gold, but they just need time to farm another item or two. Necrophos picks up a plate mail. Death Prophet has gone for the Shiver's Guard, so going to help out a little bit as far as negating physical damage and right clicks go. But
Your
Refresher
solo,
Tide, Refresher Razor, these things are pretty scary.
They're creeping on in now. Goblak using that Vendetta once more. Got him killed before. Can he get another here? Preferably on solo. They get the stun off. This might be another sweet duel victory for him, and it is. Nice grab. Back-to-back pickoffs right now for VP.Polar. Allows them to slowly claw their way back into this game in hopes of kind of propelling themselves forward off a rubber band.
Yeah, 2 kills in a row, both giving like some 1,500-ish gold, so...
Yeah.
Or 1,500
6.82.
gold changes.
Imagine before they tweak the numbers, man. They'd be rolling in the dough at this point. But for now, still benefiting a lot even from the XP at this point. Uh-oh, Goblak. This time he's creeping ahead, but he doesn't have Vendetta. Scouts out the Eidolon. Blinking in is going to be always want to fly here. And he pulls out defenses, but he needs 9 more seconds. And, well, Goblak, he got the last 2 kills, but I think this one...
Who's in there? Who's alone?
Ooh, gets a nice stun. He gets aided.
Okay,
Wow,
he's out
somehow
of
he
there.
makes it out. Wow.
He was just like standing, not invis on that hill, inside.
Showing off his butt. I don't know what that was, but... Well, I guess he gets away, so they move on through. They quickly take out that pesky little ward on the Roche pit area as Roche time's up. So both teams know this, and they're like, my gang on my side, your gang, you stay on that side, you cross this line, we'll go. And it's going to be first Empire moving on in. Phobos sees him crawl in, gets forced all the way in, and well, now goes for a duel here on Resolution. Is already linked on up. He's got huge damage. He's going to win this duel, and he does.
Tide's
And
waiting
now
for the
follow
BKB
up.
then.
Yep, they're waiting for the BKB, and they'll follow it up with not 1 but 2 Ravages if necessary. And he moves on through. There's 1. Can I see a 2?
Needs a Ravage.
He's silenced up. He can't get the second one off yet. And they don't need it. As
That
they've already
Ravage
cleaned out
didn't even
pretty
do
much
anything.
everyone. And Scandal's there by the Lonesome. Please, no. Wow, nice relocate save. It only takes him
Okay.
over the block. And
That's a big
smoke to
save.
get away. Arcane Bolt's still on the hunt, but he's slowly getting healed up. She'll be fine. She can actually outrun it.
Dire's
Self-heals
top
just to be
tower is
safe, but
under
here comes the
attack.
heal from all those ghosts. And still Empire being able to come out on top, only having to expend 1 of the Ravages.
Alright, Tide, don't die this time.
It's like, this Roche is just laying it into me. He wants watermelon. Look at him go. Give me that
I
watermelon.
wore my Tidehunter t-shirt today, and Tide is just like struggling.
He'll get it this time. He's hoping for the last hit, just getting his own bit of revenge. But the Aegis is going to be quickly snagged up there from Silent. As Empire still look good. It opened up. There was an opportunity there for Virtus Pro to come back in. They got a couple of sweet pickoffs. Goblak teasing them quite a bit, was able to make us, a bit of an escape. But once they see Resolution go in, they think there's an opportunity for LC to quickly open up. But she couldn't get the duel off before Razor got his link off, and it looked like from there it's
so
just
far. Like when you're initiating from such a great distance, Death Prophet has no gap closes. Death Prophet's like your only good DPS against the Razor. You got and BKB went off. So the only way you stand a chance against the Razor is with Death Prophet, but Death Prophet doesn't blink in. Your damage from Exorcism takes a good 5 seconds before it's there. So I think Legion can't really go diving that far for those initiations.
It looked like they were desperate for something. Handing over a free Aegis could have been the beginning of the end for them. They still get it. And now you're Silent, who has his BKB, Lincolns, all the survivability you can ask for at this point. Still has now 3k built up. Now he can really bring in the pain. As a Goblak here, scouting out, sees Resolution. There is help nearby, but his team not quite close enough to make an engagement just yet, but they're creeping on through. Hi, how you doing? Stop following us. They quickly make him pay, and well, Nyx Assassin at the drop of the hat will have to be sent back to base.
That's just one of those like highlight eye, like PPD feeds where it's like, look, it's gonna happen. You get information for your team. At the end of the day, information is worth something, and ideally you don't die there, but every now and then you're gonna get caught out.
I guess it's enough to trigger Empire though to make a swaddle down this mid lane. They have a tier 2 left to grab. They would love to be able to remove all remaining outer towers here for Virtus.Pro, and so they'll get it done. Tide has about 35 seconds, and he'll have double Ravage ready to go. Silence dishing out pretty hefty damage here already as it is, and I don't think there's going to be a whole lot here for Virtus.Pro. I'm actually curious to see if they continue pushing on in. Goblak's about to be back up. They put a sentry outside the base. Lincoln's going to be popped here on Silent. They might consider making a jump on him, but they're pushing right on through. Eye of the Storm is already coming out, and now with Refresher, he might use it right here and get the secondary Eye of the Storm if they want to continue adding pressure.
Beat BKB first, because you'll have a second BKB and just go in.
Yes.
BKB, Refresher, ulti, and just probably will with the next creep wave, I want to say. I think this is a good time to go. Silent, like, even if they break the
Goblak.
He's got Aegis. The only way you kill Silent is by using a lot of spells.
Goblak really pushing in again. He goes right over that first sentry that was planted, up towards the other one, but now jumping in is LC, trying to get a hold of it, but that Ravage immediately stops him, and LC falls just that quick, and now they see Illidan. Illidan goes down. Black Hole just to catch Death Prophet. Why not?
No buyback on Death Prophet.
Boom. Both of them done. LC and Death Prophet out. And the relocate wasn't there in time. Whis is about to go back into a shitstorm here. Almost made it away, and now Illidan, who did buy back, is going to be ultimately taken down next. Desperate Reaper Scythe not going to be able to take down your Skywrath Mage, and with one fell swoop, it looks like Empire just kind of clean out VP.Polar, and they're going to be the team that takes it 2-0 today and advance their new record up to 4-4.
Yeah, this is strong showing from Empire today. I mean, we talked about how they're in some pretty good form. They didn't start off the Summit Europe too well, but here today they've had a great day. And this was a VP.Polar who earlier today had played like a perfect game against Compass. So
yeah, they look
not an
good.
Easy opponent.
But this setup, they tried to do the whole like secretish style of the Wisp Necro. Didn't really seem to work out. LC never really got to that point. Took a little.
Looking at this game, the LC is really the pick that stands out as just not fitting in too well. And I don't know. The Wisp Necro wasn't even the initial intent. They wanted to have the Wisp LC in the off lane, but I think they quickly realized that was not going to work with how their bottom lane was going to lose.
A bit of a taste of their own medicine from how they managed to make it work in the first game. So Empire going to be one step ahead in this one. They get their win. They secure it. Now we do have a scheduled match to come after this, but we are waiting to find out. I'm thinking as far as if this match will happen or not. I guess we'll be able to reveal more details momentarily. So for now, do hang around until those details are released. It will be a matchup, if it does happen, between Na'Vi taking on Team Tinker. Should be an exciting one, so hopefully it does happen. Regardless, make sure you check us out, show your support. Catch me on my Twitter at CoddleGuy. Catch this guy over on BTS Gods. A pleasure as always. We'll be back in just a short break.